How to know if you're on the right path. This is Robert J. Bone, and I wanted to share some simple clues for you so that you can really discern if and when you're on the right path and when to follow those intuitive hits and when those intuitive hits are in alignment with your soul and with God's plan for you and when they are coming from more impulse. Because we really have two principles here, which is impulse and intuition. Another way to talk about it is impulse as kind of instinct. However, impulse is a better word to speak about right now because it implies, like, everyone kind of knows moving from impulsiveness is not the most wise, beneficial, or fruitful way to operate in life, right? Impulsiveness will bring about chaos usually. It's usually based on some reactive quality that is not coming from truth. And yeah, you may have some good results, but it's kind of like gambling, right? The house always wins, and you're not the house when you're being impulsive. Now, intuition is coming from a deeper or higher place. Intuition is from the wellspring of your soul. It's from the wellspring of consciousness. It may funnel through your intellect and your mind. It may funnel through your emotions and your feelings, and it may even instigate a kind of impulsive feeling within you, but it's different. So it's really important to discern, are you moving from impulse or intuition? Because if we're talking about walking our path, it implies that we are walking the path that our soul wishes us to walk. Walking our path of dharma, walking our path of destiny, our highest timeline, the highest destiny for your life. That's the path that we're talking about here. And that's the path that your intuition is always nudging you on and nudging you towards. Yet part of this universe is the mystery, the unknown. So in many traditions, they speak of God as the great mystery. And there's a reason, because we're not supposed to always know. Life is meant to be mysterious. That's what makes life fun. That's what makes life an adventure. Right? If you already know the end, what's the point of watching the movie or reading the book? If you already know everything that's going to happen from beginning to end, there's no point. So the mystery is an important factor. All of this being said, when we are moving in the mystery, it means that usually you only get to see one or two steps ahead, if that. Sometimes not even. Right? Oh, see, there you go. Didn't see that coming, did you? I know I didn't. See, to me, that's just the magic of the universe, right? It's like, here I am talking and the wind comes and blows my phone over. So you never really know what's coming. I should actually check to make sure it didn't turn the video off. Nope, we're still good. So we never really know what's coming. Which is why we always need to be tuning in to our intuition. So it's going to guide you step by step, and it's not always going to make sense. So how to know if you're on the right path is, it's a feeling. And usually when you have the path that's the most aligned with your soul, there's a feeling of peace. There's a feeling of lightness. There's a feeling of knowing. It's like a deep knowing in your heart. And there's also sometimes a mental doubt. The mind might be like, that doesn't make sense. You want me to do what? Because sometimes the intuition and the soul will tell us to do crazy things that don't make sense to our mind. Right? You want me to quit my job, drop out of school, sell everything. You want me to start this business or do this activity. Like, it doesn't make sense to the mind. But the soul knows. The soul is not always rational. So there's a feeling of peace, there's a feeling of knowing, or there's just simply a knowing. There's a feeling of lightness. There's an energy of lightness. And often it kind of scrambles your brain a bit. It doesn't make sense. There's even an internal resistance to it. Like, no, that can't be my path. My path is this way. I know what my path is, and I want my path to be this way, right? And the impulse is different. So you know you're not on the path when you have this burst of excitement, and it's like you know what's going to happen, and you know it's how it is, and your mind tries to hijack it. Now, that can happen even when you're on the path, but that's a clue that you're getting distracted or losing your way, when the mind starts thinking it knows and sees exactly what's going to happen. Life isn't meant to be that way. It's meant to be mysterious. This is from my experience. You know, take it or leave it. Take it if you will. So as you're walking the path and following your intuition, trust and faith are the cornerstones of the journey. Now, part of listening to your intuition is asking your intuition for guidance and clarity. So I talk about this in my book, the book Know, Learn, and Live Love. I talk about the difference between permission and forgiveness. And this teaching is about, rather than praying and asking for forgiveness because you messed up, which is how a lot of religious organizations work, ask permission first so that you know that you're doing exactly what Creator and Soul has for you. Rather than following your ego, making a mistake, saying, oh no, I've made a mistake, please forgive me, you ask permission first so you know you're doing the exact thing you're supposed to do. And that's humility. That's the teaching of humility. And that will align you again and again with your highest destiny and your highest timeline. So that's another way to talk about this, is that you have your destiny and your dharma, and you have your karma, and you have fate. So do you want to be living your karma and your fate, or do you want to be living your destiny and your dharma? I can only speak for myself, which is I want to be living my destiny and my dharma, because fate and karma are the result of trauma, suffering, ego, mind, arrogance, fear. Dharma and destiny are in the alignment of intuition, soul, higher self, love, freedom, joy, peace, purpose. All the things that you desire are found on that path because your soul already has carved out the highest destiny path for you. And you just have to align yourself every day with it. So a helpful prayer, we'll end it at this. A helpful prayer is this: Creator God, Divine Mother, Divine Father, to my soul and my higher self, align me with my highest destiny. Show me the path, show me the nudges, give me the leads to live this highest destiny. And all that is in my day, here today, all that is in my life that does not align with my highest destiny, my highest dharma, dissolve and dissipate it now. Release it. Clear it. And keep me on that true, straight, and narrow path that is my soul's highest purpose. And may this manifest in perfect ways, in loving ways, in joyful ways, in fun ways, in spontaneous ways, and in intuitive ways. So be it, may it be so. And so if you want that prayer that I just spoke now for your life, say, this prayer is for me. May it manifest. Because it needs your consent. All true spirituality is consensual. You have to agree to it. And may it manifest in your life, if it aligns with you and your heart's desire, may it manifest in alignment with your highest and best good, and only your highest and best good, and my highest and best good, and only my highest and best good, in alignment with God's divine plan for us, with love, with joy, with peace, with freedom, with beauty, with health, wealth, love, perfect expression, and may it manifest in those perfect ways. So those prayers are powerful. They are declarations for my life. They're declarations for your life, We are all given the divine authority to command our life, to speak commands over our life, to speak declarations over our life, to pray as a declaration. And that's the authority that God gave to you and me and all people, regardless of color or creed or beliefs. We have the power to create reality. It's up to you to harness that power. It's up to you to choose it, to stop playing small, to be humble enough to step up to the plate and say, I will fulfill my soul's dharma. I will fulfill my soul's purpose. Because there are countless people waiting for you to step onto that timeline, right? They are waiting for you. You listening to this, the past versions of myself 5 years ago needed to make the choices that he made so I could be here delivering this message to support you in whatever way I'm meant to be supporting you, even if it's small. And even if this reaches no one, maybe no one's even listened to the end of this video. It's totally possible. If you did, let me know. If you are listening, if you made it this far with me in this sacred ramble, leave a comment. Let me know. I want to know. Even if no one listened to it, this is a prayer for my life. This is a prayer for all of humanity, for all the men and women and children of this beautiful earth, to remember love, to remember our soul, to remember our true essence, to remember the divine authority that was placed within us. This authority to bring blessings and benefit to our lives and the lives of others. Because when we hold that, one person at a time, one family at a time, one home at a time, that's what changes our world. That's what shifts the reality of this whole planet, is through the individual. I received this message very, very clearly. Christ is returning. The Anointed One is returning. Christ not as a religious figure, but Christ as a spiritual master and a state of consciousness is returning. Because Christ means truth in form, truth embodied. It means the Anointed One. He or she who has been anointed, who has been chosen by God for a higher purpose, for a special mission. The Christ is returning, not as one man or one woman, not as one human, but through many people, many humans. And you are one of them. I am one of them. Those who choose the path of love, those who choose a spiritual way of life, are the anointed ones. Those who step up to the plate and say, I will do it. Just like little Frodo Baggins, if you ever see Lord of the Rings. The little hobbit who could. He stepped up to the plate, he said, I will do it. And that's you, that's me. We're the little hobbits crawling out of the forest, saying, I will do it. I will do this mission that no one else wants to, that everyone else is afraid of. And it's the mission of love. It's the mission of awakening and enlightenment. So let's do it. Let's walk this path together. I invite you to join me and to join the others. Look at them all. We got Sapphire the dog. I don't know can you see him? Or her, I should say. Yeah, there she is. So we got our ragtag crew here. We got Sapphire the dog. We got Robert J. Bone. We got the fire here, which you can't see, but there's a sacred fire pit here. The fire's not burning, but the memory is there. And we got creation. We got all of creation here and all the higher beings that I can't see them. Maybe you can. I don't know. But the raven's talking right now. We got a big crew here. You know, it's a full house, as you can see. And you're invited. You're invited to join this beautiful mission and make it your own. Find your own crew. Create your own community or circle. Invite others on the path. That's really what's being asked. From my perspective, you know, a spiritual way of life is being asked of us. And it's one person at a time. Finding that inner authority, that inner Christ, that inner master. May it be so for all of us. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to A Sacred Ramble by Robert J. Bone. And if you resonated, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, like it, reach out, check out my other resources, Insight Timer, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the different channels that I have available. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, sending you all so much love. Have a beautiful week. Talk soon.